DeepSeek has caused crazy market action. What is the market telling me? What's up, super investors? And welcome to the Nick Rutherford Report. Every investor loses money, but the super investor makes more than they lose, and they do it by watching the market. So hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, share this with someone who'd get a lot out of it, because this is the place to be for the financial news that matters for your net worth. Now, I want to talk about why DeepSeek is what I consider a big nothing burger. And I'm going to point out to some sort of facts and where I think the whole market is going. Now, I could be completely wrong, and this could change everything. But if I logically think through the steps, well, I want to share a few things with you, and you can be the judge about what you think happens next. But it's pretty clear to me. I do think it's possible that I could be wrong, but the facts are the facts, and if you take it to its logical conclusion, this seems pretty bullish to me. Let's get to it. The DeepSeek news has been crashing parts of the market. Everything relating to AI, powering AI. In fact, NVIDIA is down 14% in the last 5 days. So I want to point out a few things that I think investors might be getting wrong. So I want to go over to this post by Matt Wolf, and he brings up a few important points that I think is worth considering. So many analysts claim that DeepSeek was either trained on much more powerful GPUs, but they can't talk about it because of restrictions, or they started with a different set of model weights like Llama, where the expensive part of the training had already been done. So thinking about this means, well, maybe they used some chips they can't talk about, or maybe they used really expensive models to train their cheaper models. So either of those potential scenarios is really bullish for AI, because if you need the smarter guy to train the stupider guy, or the whatever, because people are saying that DeepSeek might be 90% as good, so I'm just painting it with a broad brush here, well, then you're still going to need the smarter guy. It really doesn't change anything. 2, in fact, did it get much cheaper to train the model with less compute? Well, then there's obviously going to be more companies that are going to use AI and use more compute. And if you can have a model that's smart with less compute, well, someone's going to want an even smarter model. And guess what? That's going to require more and more compute. So to me, that's just more bullish for AI in general. Now, 3, if it is actually a whole ton cheaper to train new foundational models, what that really means is big companies like OpenAI have even less of a moat than we thought. And that's true. And it's obviously true if this is true, or even if China is subsidizing this, well, it kind of makes that true. So here's the thing. If we don't need as much compute, it just means more people are going to get access to AI. And I think this really hits it home from the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella. So he said, Jevons paradox strikes again. As AI gets more efficient and accessible, we will see its use skyrocket, turning a commodity we just can't get enough of. So for anyone who doesn't know what Jevons paradox is, it's an economic term. So Jevons paradox says sometimes here when a technology advances, it makes a resource more efficient to use, thereby reducing the amount needed for a single application. However, as the cost of using the resource drops, overall demand increases, causing total resource consumption to rise. We can think about this through a simple economic story. If everyone wants a really fancy coat, and the fancy coat costs $1,000, and not everyone can afford it, well, just some people have it. But as manufacturing improved, now all of a sudden the cost to make that $1,000 fancy coat, well, let's say it drops to $5. And guess what? Now we have so many more people making these fancy coats and fancy suits, and so many more people buying them, and so many more people wearing them. So demand increases. And this is completely obvious when you think about it. So if AI gets cheaper, well, More people are going to use it. More hardware is going to be needed. It's going to be integrated in everything. And people will have a dumbed down version, and someone will have the smartest, most cutting edge advanced version, because, this might be something that's good, but there's still going to be people in governments chasing artificial general intelligence and more advanced models. So, to me, that's probably why, if I look at NVIDIA today, just going back to that, now the stock is up almost 5%. To me, this DeepSeek is probably a big nothing burger. It just is going to accelerate people's drive to build better and better models. And some of them are going to require less compute. Some of them are going to require more compute. This doesn't change anything in my view. Next, what's the number one stock to buy right now? Click on my bio, follow me, and follow the link to rutherfordwealthreport.com, and I'll share my latest research with you.